Hey guys, in this video we're going to take you to Prague, the capital city of Czech Republic, and we're flying from Copenhagen to Prague via Eurowings airline. It's a small aircraft and we're all sitting here and waiting for the flight to take off. There are my kids. They're all set for this trip. They're just watching their stuff on the iPad. And here we are at the Prague. And the very first thing we're going to do is that we're going to find our hotel. Hotel name is called Wellness Hotels Tap. And it's not really in the center of the city. It's a little bit away from the center, but it's really nice. I chose that hotel based on the rating that is given in booking.com. And this hotel has a lot of stuff that it offers to the people who stay here. So from airport, we took a metro, and then afterwards we took a bus. But now there's 10 minutes walk to the hotel. I would actually say that it's a 10-minute hike to the hotel because Prague city is not very flat like Copenhagen. It's a hilly area and there's so many mountains in the area. Even right now we are actually coming down from a mountain to go to our hotel. So it is nice to know that it's not really flat. And this is the building of our hotel. And once again, our hotel is called Wellness Hotels Tap. And we're going to the reception of this hotel to get the keys to our room. But I'm going to show you around the hotel, not just inside but also outside, because right in front of the reception they have nice fountains, as you can see. It was supposed to be a sunny day as per weather forecast, but it's not. It's very cloudy, but it's good that it's not really cold. Like at that time of the year, normally it's warm when it's sunny. When it's cold, when it's cloudy, but it's not the case today. It's cloudy, but it's not really cold. And now we're going inside of the hotel at the reception to get the keys to our hotel. So we got the keys and now we are walking towards our room through the corridor. And just before doing that, I'm going to show you the view of Prague City from the window because we're on the 6th floor. So we pretty much cover the entire Prague City from here. And now we are moving towards our room. So here's our room, and I'm going to open the door and I'm going to show you everything inside. Let me turn on the light, and wow, it's an amazing room. Because we were looking for a king-size room with at least 4 beds, because we're 2 adults and 3 kids, including an infant. So this is exactly what we were looking for. The beds are really nice and very comfy. The room has a very nice decor. And there is one bed one sofa that turns into a bed. So we have pretty much everything that we were looking for in terms of accommodation. I'm going to show you the view of Prague City from the window later, but first of all I'm going to show you the toilet because the toilet was really nice in that room. Yeah, here's the toilet. It has a very nice shower area and a very nice mirror, and it has got all the towels that we needed. And it has all the toiletries that you would expect in a 5-star hotel room. So yeah, I would give this hotel room 9 out of 10. And yeah, so it has a small fridge where we have some drinks and stuff, but we already got our own drinks and our stuff. Yeah, so now we're gonna sleep and let's do the breakfast in the morning. So we had a very good sleep in the hotel room, and now we are walking towards the breakfast area, which is very close to the reception. And just to let you know that you can buy the room along with the breakfast package, or if you prefer, don't do that and buy the breakfast at the spot, because we just wanted to make sure that breakfast is really nice, and because we have a full day ahead of us where we have to explore the Prague city, so we want to have a very good breakfast. And when we looked at the menu, we decided that we were going to have a breakfast here. So we were walking toward the breakfast reception and we were going to buy the breakfast for the entire family. And the good thing about it was that it didn't cost any money for the kids. They only charge us for the adults. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm gonna show you around what do they offer in the breakfast. So this section has got all the breads and croissants and stuff. And the next section has all the fruits, vegetables, pastries, cakes, honey, jam, marmalade, milk, and also cornflakes. In this section, they have all the warm stuff like scrambled eggs and hot dog sausages. And I'm going to show you an area where they were making the pancakes live. And that was really nice because kids normally don't eat a lot when they have a buffet breakfast, but because of the pancakes, they ate a lot. And that is exactly what I was looking for. If you guys ever come here, I would recommend that during breakfast, you guys should try their special pastries. They were so yummy. And, they tasted like they were homemade, but they were so amazing. And this is the area where they were making pancakes live. And it was so amazing because you also had an opportunity to customize your pancakes. For example, it was available either with Nutella or jam with all the flavors, or you also had an opportunity to put different stuff on top of your pancakes. For example, honey or all sorts of syrups like maple syrup and so on. So, yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, in this section we had all the salty stuff like hot dog sausages, scrambled eggs, potatoes, boiled eggs, and then there were all sorts of salamis like turkey or pork, and there were many different flavors of cheese as well. So, yeah, amazing breakfast to start your day with. Now that we are done with the breakfast, I'm going to show you other areas inside of the hotel because there was so much inside of this hotel. It was not just a regular place where you would just sleep and have breakfast and go outside, but you could easily spend an entire day inside of the hotel doing so many activities. For example, in the basement of this hotel, there was a sports complex where you could do all sorts of things, like there was a swimming area, you could play bowling or badminton or tennis, and there was also a lot of stuff for the kids as well. So yeah, and I'm gonna show you everything. Yeah, unfortunately, everything is closed because it's very early in the morning. It's 10 o'clock right now. So all these activities and all these areas, they open normally at around 12 o'clock. So yeah, here's the foosball table. Yeah, and this reception is closed right now. So, I mean, there are multiple things. Like if you are staying at the hotel and you have a booking, you can enjoy all these facilities for free. But if you are not living at this hotel and you are living in the neighborhood, you could still come and enjoy all those sports activities, but you just have to pay for it. So you would actually come to this reception, buy the ticket for what you want to do, and you would do that. So we're done with the breakfast, and the very next thing we're going to do is that we're going to go out and we're going to explore the Prague city. Here we are out in the city, and we're going to start our day to explore Prague city. And the very first thing we're going to see is called Astronomical clock. I think there's some sort of military exhibition going on where they're showing their tanks and stuff. But we're not going to spend more time here. We're going to move towards the Astronomical clock. So we took the metro and now we are out at Mustique metro station. And one of the things that created a big impression on me is their scary looking escalators at metro stations. So every time you have to take metro, you'll have to go down like 1 mile into the earth to take the metro. And the look of this escalator from top is very scary. So that is why we didn't take metro a lot of times. We took buses and train most of the times.
इतना कोई खास तो नहीं है बस And we are out of the metro station, and from here we're gonna take around 10 minutes walk towards the astronomical clock. This place is called Mustique, and this is one of the corners of the walking street.
ये अभी तक जितने भी जगहों पे रहे सबसे बड़ा
दुबई का भी अच्छा है।
ने बड़ी कोशिश की है बेचने की, लेकिन मैंने कहा तू जाननी नहीं है मैंने
उससे कहा ले 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 ले।
हाँ यार वो उनका कमीशन होता है ना सर, कहती फिर आप लेंगे तो मुझे बहुत खुशी होगी कि मेरा मैंने कहा लेकिन ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि हम ले लें फिर हमका यूज़ ही ना करें तो फ़ायदा क्या। अब हमने इतना सस्ता जो वो जो ले लिया टिकट बस एक मुझे यहाँ से देखें वो एक गाड़ी मैं समझ रहा हूँ अच्छा है ये वाला मौसम, अगर गर्मी में बच्चे थक जाते हैं बहुत ज़्यादा। क्या ख्याल है?
हाँ इतनी ठंड नहीं है।
खुले हैं सारा गाड़ियाँ देखो।
While going towards the astronomical clock, we came across a lot of interesting stuff, and one of them were these cars from 19th centuries, like 100-year-old cars. They still work. They were there to offer you a ride of the Prague city.
पुरानी वाली
I mean, you could pay some money and take a ride.
आपकी
We didn't do it, but I think that it's a good idea if you guys want to do that.
ये क्या है? इधर
Another interesting thing that we came across while going towards astronomical clock is this open market that is in the middle of the street. And I do remember that last year we were at Vienna, Austria, and there was a market called Nash Market that was also an open market and it was offering a lot of stuff. So this market in Prague is not as big as the Nash Market in Vienna city, but it's still very good. So it has a lot of stuff, like also if you're looking for some Prague souvenirs, I think this is the right place. You can get them from very low price. And just like any other open market, it also has other stuff like garments, fruits, vegetables, meats, cheese, and all that stuff. We didn't spend much time there, but we just took a round of this market.
हाथ नहीं लगाओ ना किसी चीज को। हाँ मैग्नेट ही है। लोगों को भी ऐसे लग रहा होता है ना, बस आराम से एक दफा कह दिया करें। ये देखिए कितना मजे का। यहाँ यूरो में प्राइस लिखी हुई है। नहीं तो यूरो में महंगी लिखी हुई है ना। कटा हुआ सीजर से काटते हैं उसको।
So here we are. We have reached our first destination and biggest tourist attraction in Prague City, that is called Astronomical Clock. We have reached our destination, and just like I said before, that I'm gonna inform you guys what is so significant and what is so special about this clock is the fact that this clock is running on mechanical energy for 200 years. So there's no battery, there's no power. There are just tiny gears on the backside of this clock that is making it run for 200 years. So that is very, very significant. And because of this nature of this clock, there are many tourists all across the globe that come here to see this clock. I mean, the time is not really accurate. So, I mean, right now, the actual time is 12 o'clock, but this clock is showing 12:35. But it's still very significant that this is clock running for 200 years. I mean, I do remember some clocks from my childhood that used to run with the key, so you had to rotate the key on the backside and the clock will run. But that clock hardly could run for 24 hours. But making a clock that runs on this principle for 200 years is amazing. It's simply unbelievable. So the next thing we are going to explore is called Charles Bridge, and that is one of the most visited tourist attraction in the Prague city. I mean, if you Google top attractions in Prague city, this is one of the first thing that shows up. And the thing that makes this Charles Bridge significant is the fact that, first of all, it's very historical. So it was built like hundreds and thousands of years ago. And secondly, is that it separates one part of the town from the other. So right now we are in the part of Prague that is called New Town. We will go to the Charles Bridge, and the town that is across the bridge is called Old Town. So this separates the new town with the old town, and we're gonna go to the old town using the Charles Bridge.
कराना किधर है?
Here we are. We have reached one of the gates of Charles Bridge, and as you can see, there are like thousands of people that are trying to cross that bridge because this is one of the attractions. And it's not just an ordinary bridge where you would just walk and cross. There's so much going on the bridge itself. There's so many musical stuff going on where people are gathered to listen, and there's so much cultural stuff about Prague that can be found on the bridge. And we're gonna go over there. Yeah, that's really nice.
रुके एक मिनट मोहम्मद अली
Here we are on the bridge, and to be honest, the look of river from the bridge is very, very scary. And I see a lot of people taking pictures, selfies, while standing right next to the wall. But I would advise you guys to be extra careful because you could easily drop your cell phones and your other belongings while taking the pictures. And to be honest, when you're taking selfies,
हाथ छोड़ रही है
you could actually drop yourself in the river as well. And there are no chances of surviving if you fall from the top of the river. Yeah, so be very, very careful. But on the brighter side, there's so much going on the bridge. You can see there are tiny groups. There are many groups performing a lot of activities on the bridge and attracting other people.
For example, there were small musical groups playing different musical instruments, and there were people who were watching them. The weather is not really great. It was supposed to be sunny, but it is cloudy and it also rained in the morning. But the good thing is that it's not really cold. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Especially kids who are looking down to the river. They're leaning themselves on the wall, so this could be dangerous. And that's the kind of stuff I was talking about. There are many musical groups that are playing some musical instruments, and there are people who are getting attracted towards that. Nice. And we're not going to stand here for a long time. We will continue our journey towards the old town that is across the bridge.
पेंटिंग कर रहे हैं वो, आप बिठा के आपको पिक्चर बनाएंगे, वो बिठा के आपकी पिक्चर बनाएंगे। क्या बनवानी है इतनी पिक्चर्स, मैं जो बना रही हूँ।
So we are about to cross the bridge, and the gate that you see in front of me is the entrance to the old town. So that means we're about to enter the old town of Prague City. And the good thing about this old town is that as soon as you cross the Charles Bridge and you enter the old town, you are welcomed by this walking street, which is really nice because no traffic, no trucks, no cars, not even bicycles. So just walking people and a very nice walking street, mostly tourists. And there are very nice shops, brands, restaurants, ice cream bars, coffee houses on both sides. So yeah, it's very, very cozy.
गिरा दिया है।
बेंच तो नहीं नजर आ रहा है। जागी? हैं? सही बताएं। And the next thing I'm going to show you is the famous Czech Republican ice cream. I don't know what it is called. There's a name for it, but I don't know what it is, but it's very famous. And the reason it is famous is not because of the ice cream, but because of the cone that they're making live. And it's made of this cinnamon, and it was really amazing. A little bit expensive, but it's worth spending money on this ice cream. Really loved it. And there are several variations of the cone that they're making because we were presented with a menu where we could choose the flavor. So it was made of butter or chocolate or different kind of cinnamon. So yeah, that was amazing. So I suggest that whenever you guys come here, you should definitely try this ice cream. It's worth spending money on. And now we are back to the new town, and the place where we are right now is called Venceslas Square. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but this is like the central square of Prague City, and you could imagine this square as Times Square of New York. So that means this is like the central point of the Prague City where all the demonstrations or political open meetings happen.
उस साइड पे पता क्या मसला है?
उसको जरा जूम भी करें।
अब मेरे 2 चैनल है। दो चैनल ही मतलब एक वो यूट्यूब और टिकटॉक वो सामने।
And while walking in the Venceslas Square, we just realized that we were walking very close to Primark. And for those who don't know, Primark is one of the very famous garment store in the European capitals. Not only European capitals, but all over the Europe. And it's very, very cheap, but still with very high quality clothing. And in Primark, you could find clothes for almost all age groups and for both genders. And so we spent like 2 hours here, and we took this as an opportunity to buy clothes for the upcoming summer season. So we just reached the end of this walking street in the Venceslas Square, and at the end of this walking street, there's a very famous historical and a state-of-the-art building called Narodny Museum. We didn't actually go inside because it's worth spending time outside of this building, because outside of this building there's a very nice fountain. And today it's pretty hot and temperatures around 25 to 26 degrees, so it is really nice to spend some time right next to the water. And I'm showing you the complete view of this walking street on Venceslas Square, and we are standing on one corner that is Narodny Museum, and you could see the other corner of this walking street, which is called Mystique Metro Station, and we're gonna go there now. And here we are at Mystique Metro Station, and this is how the metro in Prague looks like. It's not really super crowded as you would see at the metro stations in London, Paris, or New York. There are not a lot of people. And it never happened in Prague that we didn't get a seat in the metro. So that is one of the good points here.
So today is our final day in the Prague city, and tomorrow morning at around 6 o'clock we have our flight back to Copenhagen city. So we decided that for the final night we are going to stay at a hotel that is very close to the airport, because the airport in Prague is very far from the center of the city, and if we had stayed at the hotel where we were already staying, then it was impossible to find a transport in the morning to the airports. That is why we moved to another hotel that is very close to the airport, and it is called Mastali Pension. It's not really a hotel, it's more like a hostel with the rooms, and we're gonna go there. This is the kind of the bus that we were looking for. This one is going somewhere else, but we are gonna have to wait at the same spot for the next bus that is gonna take us to our hotel that is close to the airport. So our bus arrived on time, and now we're inside of our bus and going through the area that is very close to the airport and the same area where we have our next hotel.
Zastávka na znamení. Příští zastávka Tuchoměřice Rozcestí. Zastávka na znamení.
Hey guys, we're walking in the random streets of Czech Republic. So for the last night we have a hotel that is very close to the airport. So our flight is like 6:50 in the morning. That is why we wanted to live close to the airport, so we could wake up early in the morning and just directly go to the airport in no time. It looks like a nice place, and I think it's a village of Czech Republic, because normally in the cities you don't see big houses with the gardens and stuff. There are no apartments. It's really nice. This area is like 1 kilometer away from the airport, where we have to take the flight in the morning. Nice. We came from Denmark, which is like completely flat, and there are no mountains in Denmark, but here we saw a lot of mountains and also ups and downs, which is pretty nice. As you can see, the roads across these houses are like very deep in the ground.
Finally, we have reached our destination that is called Restaurant and Penzion Mastali. That looks like an old building. Let's see what we got inside. Okay, here's the first view of our hotel room. It's really nice. I mean, it's not really as big or as good as the one where we were living before in Prague City, but it's good enough to be spending your last night in. So it has the required number of beds that we were looking for. So that's the end of our 3 days trip to Prague, and we are at the Prague International Airport and ready to fly back to Copenhagen. And this is also the end of this video, and thank you very much for watching. And if you really like this video, press the like button and share this video, and please subscribe to our channel, The Amazing Foodie and Traveler. Thanks again.
Thế nó bóng nữa.